Check this out, boys. Ta-da! Let's quickly do this and then figure out, maybe go to Tuki and then we do the second part. Okay, welcome everyone. You guys are going to have a tripod system coming very soon. I have talked about this when we were having this update in Korea a couple months ago. I want to make sure to make this video very early so that you guys can prepare as early as you can. This is one of the most important systematic changes in the game, where you can increase your spec, as in your character can be much stronger with less effort. As in the future you're going to have so much more problem if you don't prepare now. This is the beneficial thing for all the players that have been playing earlier on versus the player that's going to join later. So let's continue. What's a tripod system? So check this out. Tripod impacts most of your DPS. If someone disagrees, sometimes people do disagree long time ago where tripod doesn't really impact as much, but I think tripod is the #1 most important thing based on the growth of a character. You know, there's cards, there's gems, there's engravings, there's combat stats. An example over here for Red Gunlancer, overcharge level 1 is overcharge damage at 65%, but if it's level 5, it's at 100%. So the pure damage increase within a skill is impacted so much. Now look, past tripod system problem. Tripod system problem, what you guys have is based on the 3 tripod per gear thing you have 18 tripods total. So the maximum amount of tripods you can ever have is 18. And it's 10% chance to succeed at level 5 with powder, as in, you know, the level 4 tripod adding in to a level 1, so it's 1 plus 4, which is 5. And also it's very complicated skill tree inventory. For example, you can't change tripods on a fly. Imagine you're playing a paladin and you're playing a solo content and you want to swap your tripods into a damaging tripod for a chaos dungeon or something. You can't change it on a fly. That's an issue. With it also continues heavy investment to change builds, like as in especially War Dancer, where it requires a lot of tripods. It costs like hundreds of thousands of gold to rebuild. We've been going through this all the time. The Korean server has went through all the time when we had the change in builds. Same thing for me, Gunslinger, Gunlancer. When the particular skill was changed, we have to use that new skill. We have to get the tripods for it. And since there's not many tripods on the market, each costed 2,000, 3,000 gold back then. And it's a 10% chance for 5,000 gold each. And one of the tripods that I tried to put it on, just one tripod, it was a critical one too, that increases the crit rate. Or something like something that I just needed. It took me 10 times, and what is that? And 10 times 5,000 gold times 7 peons each with powder as well. Like, you can kind of estimate how much it costs just to do just to swap one tripod. And people have been pissed off because when you have a balance patch, people get really sensitive. Is because when you have a balance patch, you got to rebuy all these tripods again and spend tens of hundreds of thousands of gold to follow that meta. But what's going to change? The skill tree inventory is going to be completely removed. As in, this thing, right? The skill inventory that you guys have here is going to be completely removed. So all tripods from skill tree inventory will be learned at the highest level. What does this mean? If I explain it to you again, whatever you have in the skill inventory, not the what you're wearing, because some people made a mistake where they have their equipment, they had the tripods equipped already, but they never transferred to the library. After the patch, they lost all their tripods, so they quit the game. So don't make that mistake. Whatever that is in your skill inventory is going to be transferred to your skill tripods. For example, this is the new tripod window. You notice I have 1 and 5 and 1 and 5 and 1 and 4, these kind of stuff. All this stuff was in my skill inventory. It just transferred over. So everything that you have learned within the skill inventory is going to be transferred over to the new system. And all tripods will be manual and add now with a percentage buff. As in, they buff the percentage chances too. The level 2 is going to be 100, level 3 is going to be 50%, but 100% with powder. The level 5, the max level, is going to be 20% with powder. This is the new system. This is the new tripod item that you get. It's called an amulet. And an amulet, you see kind of like the tripods that you always see, like, you know, the 3 tripods. And then based on the mark things that I do. So if I click this particular thing, and it says, out of these 3 tripods, I can choose any of them. I can choose any of them. So it seems like I have level 1 here, and this is level 5. And this is at 10%. I could use the powder to try for a 20% chance, right? So let's just do it for like a science case, right? So I just press this here, and then you failed it, right? But you still have it there. But the amulet itself disappears. There's nothing else. This is how a tripod works. It was simplified. You don't have to worry about skill tree inventories and all this bullshit. You just have the amulet. You transfer the amulet over of the ones that you want to add. So why is this good, right? So it's simplified, right? It works just like engravings, right? But it's character locked. Some people did ask that, like, is this roster locked? This is per character locked. Let's say I have all these tripod learned over. If I make a new gun lancer, I need to put tripods on the new gun lancer too. So it's character bound, so you gotta make sure to understand that this is not roster. So you got to put it in all characters. You just need to succeed once to level the tripods. So if I just have these tripods, I'm done forever. That's why I'm just dismantling all pendants that I get from Chaos Dungeons, just because I don't need them anymore. So you don't need to calculate the level 4 transfers anymore, as in like, oh, which one do I need to transfer to the library for the 100% chance, etc. All these things. No headaches. It's just RNG, right? So, which also can freely change tripods on the fly for raids. I've shown you guys an example when I was raiding. Let's say I'm doing the charge stinger. Oh, wait, it's a charge stinger, and maybe a new raid in the future hurts me a lot. Look at this one. So this tripod gives me, when I'm casting the skill, it increases defense by a certain amount. I could just go like this and change the tripod to make it go defensive, more defensive. The biggest example for Gunlancer in particular is sometimes Gunlancer uses counter spear. Some of you guys are asking me, hey Albert, how come you don't use counter spear? Why do you use fire bullet? And I say I like fire bullet, but if I want to use counter spear, I can level this down and level up counter spear and have all the tripods ready to go. Look at this. I have the ready attack version for counter spear, and I have the cooldown version, and I have the damage version, and then I have the damage version here because it's mandatory, and this one doesn't need leveling up, right? So I can straight up change these tripods and go fight pro kill. This is so important. You can't do this in your old system. As in, if I want to switch these 3 tripods, what do you need to do? Oh, let's say this tripod's in your head, and then this tripod's in your armor, and this tripod's in your weapon. How are you gonna transfer that, right? So instead, I go back and forth. You know, if I want to do destruction, I can move this here. And if I want to do more damage, I can move that over there. This is the greatest thing over here. You can freely change tripods, so it makes you can make more strategies on raids. So in another case, more tripods you unlock, the more you'll save it as time goes. So this is another point that I wanted to share, is if you learn a tripod, you just learn it forever. And as time goes, oh, then what if you have a balance patch? What if this particular tripod is deleted? So if this cooldown tripod is deleted and converted over, you actually get a token that guarantees you to level up to level 5 on any tripod in this character. What it means is, I can show it to you an example on my Shadowhunter, because I have 2 of them. So hypothetically, the Shadowhunter's tripod, one of the tripod was deleted once. I don't remember which one on the top of my head, but let's hypothetically say, let's say this cooldown tripod over here is deleted due to a balance patch or something, because balance patch does impact tripod as well. For example, Arcanist and Destroyer is going to have a tripod change. All right. Oh, so someone in chat is helping me out. The demonic / tripod has been changed. This one. This tripod used to be something else with the level. I had it as level 4 in the past. And if you do a balance patch, the developers give you an amulet that guarantees you to get a level 4. So if I right click this, I can choose any tripod and upgrade it to level 4. So they give it to you. So essentially, if you level it up to 5, you don't lose anything. You basically have tokens for you to utilize on your class, and you'll be technically be meta free, because if you have all the tripods that's level 5, and let's say that tripod is deleted, you have tokens to put it up to somewhere else, like the new updated tripod that you want to level it up. So in the future, as long as you have everything leveled up, you won't be spending additional resources to get tripods over. You can't use amulet on other characters because it's bound. It doesn't make sense if you do that. It's a good question though. So how should we prepare? So utilize skill tree inventory to the fullest to learn as many tripods as level 5 after the patch, right? If they give you 2 pages, which is 12 tripods for free. You get to learn 12 tripods for free as long as you transfer them over to your library, to the skill inventory. You have to buy additional pages based on the class, because some classes require 18 tripods. Some classes require only 4, which is like Scouter. Scouter only needs 4. Shadowhunter probably only needs 4 or 5. The third inventory costs 50 blue crystals. Fourth inventory costs 100. And then fifth inventory costs 150. So you pay about 300. You pay 300 blue crystals to open up all 5 inventory spaces. That leads to 30 maximum tripods that you can learn for free. This is hence why on the NA server, the character that I have, I opened up all my inventory, skill tree inventory, paying the blue crystals, and I transferred over all my red Gunlancer skills that I want to use or potentially use, and I transferred some over on the blue Gunlancer skills, so I can actually use the blue Gunlancer skills for additional stagger. That's what I did, right? No one really needs to, not everyone needs to do that, but everyone will be different. Let me give you a price example too. So if you have 3 pages total, right? 1 page price is going to be 50 blue crystals plus 18 tripods total. So it's going to be 7 pounds. So it's 126 pounds total if you buy everything. So that's why from here on, it's good to diligently add Chaos Dungeon loot to skill tree inventory as much as you can. Even at like level 3s even, right? Because you can have those tripods at level 4. Because level 4 tripods are actually decent too. It doesn't have to be level 5. But you want your main skills to be level 5, the important ones. Right? 5 pages total will be something like 300 blue crystals plus 30 tripods and 7 pounds will be 210 pounds total. The reason why I didn't add gold is because you can resell your tripods anyway. So you buy a tripod for 3,000 gold. If it has 2 trades, in it, you upload it again for 3,000 gold or sometimes or 2,900 gold. So the amount of gold that you're actually spending is not that much for tripods. Because all it does is just cost payouts. Now, let me give you another example. The amount of price that you'll spend if you're not prepared. If you have not prepared anything by saving money on something else, that is stupid, right? Because I don't think, and again, before we go over this, if you're not spending money on this, you're gonna be in for a treat later. As in, like, you're gonna go through hell for sure, 100%. All right. So let me give you a price example if it's not prepared. 18 tripod. If you have an 18 tripod class, usually something like a gunslinger, there's a war dancer, a striker uses more tripod the better. If you have an 18 tripod class, 16 to 18 powder plus 20% chance for 18 times, and there is no pity on tripod, right? So if average 5 times is your try, it would cost you 18 tripods at average 5 times is 630 peons. 18 tripods times 5 average 5 times is 90 powders. And gold based on auction house price for amulet too. Imagine if this particular tripod that you're trying to put on is 500 gold each, and you have to try it 5 times. That's 2,500 gold on top of whatever you're gonna spend here, right? And you also have to spend silver per try. This is one tripod, right? Do you want it now, or do you want to do it manually later by paying more? So again, every class is different. So you have to choose wisely, right? Some classes have very neat tripods like increased damage to lower foes, like good for chaos dungeons. It's also potential to build swap easily, not worrying about tripods. Support is a very good idea for this. Bards has very, very many different skills for you to adjust into. That's why Bard had like bards and I don't know much about paladins. So Bard and Artist, since I have Bard and Artist, right? I can switch skills on the fly, and I will have all the tripods for it too. So this is a really big win switch for support users. So support users, you would need to open up all the pages. I would suggest you guys to open all the pages for if you're a support user, for Bard at least. I don't know about Paladin, but Bard, you should definitely open it up because they're using many different classes. And then you're gonna have so much fun playing support now because you get to try different skills. This goes to this category. If tripod changed during the patch as well, if it's level 5, they'll give you a free amulet too. Here's my personal opinion continuing, because I said it before. I would open all 3 books, 300 blue crystals, and fill them up with tripods that you would like to take. If this is your main character, your main character should have all tripods because it needs to be meta free, if that's what it means. It needs to be, what do you call it? It must be immune from balance patches. That's why I got almost every single tripod for all my 6 characters, right? Alt characters, on the other hand, you can stick with one build and open one book to get full 18 tripods. You have something a lot to work with. But some classes that does not need that much tripod though, you can utilize the free pages, like, you know, just the 2 pages, right? Just get the ones that you want, and then you can just go along with your day.